Shout out to Omaha Steaks for sponsoring this update.
We're now solidly in the holiday season. That means two things, family and food. If you got lots of mouths to feed, Omaha Steaks will send you a family gift pack for only $49.99. That's 77% off, which means more money for the video games.
To get it, visit omahasteaks.com and enter promo code THEKNOW in the search bar. Welcome to The Know, I'm Ashley Jenkins.
I'm John Reisinger.
YouTubers and their audiences have been collectively freaking out for the last couple of weeks over changes to the platform, including some algorithm adjustments and an apparent unsubscriber bug. And YouTube has finally released an official response.
That was me freaking out.
Yeah, it was just like that, only more dramatic.
Yeah. So great. Did we get some answers about what's been going on and a promise to get things back on track?
Nope.
Okay.
According to them, there's no problem at all, and the unsubscribe glitch is apparently just a part of our overactive imagination. Or in particular, your overactive imaginations, since you guys are also telling us that you've been unsubscribed from us as well as other channels.
Yeah.
Stop making things up.
That all makes sense, you bunch of liars. This response comes by way of a new video published by YouTube Help titled, Let's Talk About Subscriptions. Appearing in the video are two members of the YouTube team, a UX manager named Renato and subscriptions product manager, Zinzi.
And UX, for those who may not know, user experience.
Yeah.
The video kicks things off by saying that they're trying out an experiment, a way to answer the concerns of users directly.
Okay.
Basically, they're vlogging now. Renato and Zinzi acknowledge that a number of users have been having very vocal problems with subscriptions lately, so they want to set the record straight by going straight to the source with someone from the subscriptions team.
Okay, so about the recent uproar over YouTube reportedly unsubscribing users without their consent, Zinzi says, we've heard those reports and we take these feedbacks so seriously. YouTube doesn't unsubscribe people from channels. Subscribing is a core part of the YouTube experience, and that's really the mission of our whole team, is to make that experience better.
Okay, so YouTube didn't design the subscription feature to work that way.
Okay.
So that's just not how it works. End of story, apparently. It can't be doing it because it can't be doing it.
Bye everybody, we're done.
We're finished here.
But what about all those people who have documented their unsubscriptions through videos and screenshots? To that, the pair says, we've actually looked at over 100 cases and so far we haven't been able to find an underlying glitch.
Wow, 100 cases. I mean, if you're scratching your head because that just doesn't sound like a very big sample size, don't worry, you're not alone.
Yeah.
When you consider that YouTube has over 1 billion users, that's only 0.00001% of all cases they could possibly have looked at.
That's a good swath. I mean, that's just all you need.
Yeah, that's really, like why would you do more than 100 cases? I mean, I'm pretty sure in the comments for the video that we were reporting on the unsubscribe bug, a couple thousand of you resubscribed because you didn't realize you'd been unsubscribed.
That's like going to a beach and you're like, I wonder if there's needles in the sand. You pick up like a few grains, you're like, nope. It's good. To be fair, looking at just 1% of 1 billion would have been 10 million accounts.
That's a lot.
So that is a lot. But 100 is hardly putting a dent in the problem, and that answer still doesn't account for all the actual proof people have that unsubscriptions are happening.
But wait, there's more.
Cool.
And it really, well, it doesn't make things any clearer.
Double cool.
Renato and Zinzi go on to discuss closed accounts and spam accounts. They confirm that neither a closed or spam account will count towards your subscriber number, which means that once an account is closed or deemed fake, it will be removed from your total, which is something that we've definitely seen in our analytics, but that's a little bit different unless you guys are all...
Liars.
Yeah.
Bunch of fat liars. However, they go on to say that this shouldn't affect things on the other end. According to them, even if your account is flagged as spam by accident, you're not actually unsubscribed and should still get notified of videos just as if you're a regular account holder.
Right, so you just don't count. Which is nice to know, I guess, but it doesn't really address the problem of people not being able to see videos of creators they're subscribed to.
Yeah.
YouTube Help said every video that a creator uploads will show up in the subfeed for all of their subscribers by default.
Yeah, sure.
I'm sorry, it's just been a long time since that was true.
Yeah.
And in the last year, actually, we've made this subs feed more prominent on mobile since that's where most of our users are. Wait a minute, wasn't everyone just complaining they just changed the homepage again to not feature the subscriber feed?
Maybe there's a possible delay in the feature?
Yeah, right. Definitely. Zinzi goes on to insist that usually it's just a matter of minutes and making this fast is one of the main things my team works on. In fact, they claim that in November, the feed populated in as little as 30 seconds on an average across YouTube.
So, I'm glad we got the record straight, everyone. All the problems are just in your head and everything works exactly as intended to. Go on with your business.
At the end of the video asked for feedback. Boy, did they get it. At the time of writing, the like to dislike ratio is around 1 to 17, with around 600 likes to over 10,000 dislikes. So that's feedback.
Yeah.
But hey, it's engagement, right?
Yeah.
If the algorithm works the way people think it does now, that might even get it trending.
Good job, YouTube helped you trending. The comments are not happy either, spoiler alert, pointing out that 100 cases is barely anything in the grand scheme of YouTube. Users also called the video condescending and said that it comes across as denying a very real problem with the platform.
One commenter went as far as saying, T. Martin's apology video is more believable than this. And at least that one had a dog in it.
Yeah.
I remember that apology video. Wasn't that the one like, I'm sorry you guys are all dumb?
Yeah. Same thing I say to all my dates. So
That's
it
why
seems
you have so many.
I have so many. Just beating them away with a bat.
Lining up for
Yep.
the negging.
So it seems like that's what YouTube help us doing. They're negging. That's awesome.
It's how we learned about it.
Yeah. So it seems like the ongoing struggle of YouTube versus its creators and users isn't going to get resolved anytime soon.
Probably
For the last few weeks, the conversation has been pretty one-sided, and this new video will probably be less helpful than YouTube hoped.
It actually is a good sign that they want to come out and communicate directly with the audience. Just maybe telling them that their experience is not happening, not the way to go about it. A number of prominent YouTubers have been calling for transparency on YouTube's part in the wake of falling subscriber numbers, lower views, mass reports of users getting unsubscribed from channels without ever actually unsubscribing. It's been kind of a wacky ride, and one of the difficult things is that there hasn't been any word directly from YouTube about it. They just say, we haven't changed anything.
Yeah.
And so people are wondering how all of this is possibly happening. And remember, weirdly enough, this whole thing culminated with PewDiePie claiming he'd delete his channel if he hit 50 million subscribers. Except it didn't quite happen that way.
Yeah, this is actually like if you went to like a car dealer and your car is on fire and you're like, look, it's on fire. They're like, it's not supposed to do that. And that's all they said.
It's not designed to
Yeah,
be
it's
on
not
fire.
designed to do that. It's very important to us that the cars don't catch on fire. Cool.
Yeah.
So, concerning the PewDiePie thing, it actually turned out to be a giant troll, although it did have the side effect of putting the conversation about YouTube transparency front and center. So
in a way, it accomplished its goal, because that's what he
Yeah.
really wanted to do with it.
For YouTube's part, it seems like they at least sort of attempted to be more transparent with this video, but it came across as a little tone deaf when you're flat out telling users that there's no problem and that everything's working just fine. It doesn't exactly look like transparency.
So on the one side, you got people creating a lot of conspiracies about what YouTube may be trying to do with the platform based entirely on our experiences, and then trying to draw the commonalities out. And then on the other, you've got YouTube saying, everything's fine. This is fine. The truth is probably somewhere in the middle, but so far no one's been able to do more than wave around some loosely connected data and make some red strings. It's all connected assumptions, because it's probably connected.
Are you asking the internet to be like moderate and like sensible?
Well, I mean, you can always ask. The answer might be no.
What do you mean might? At the very least, YouTube could have talked about the way the features are supposed to work and assured their audience that they're going to keep digging for the problem. Even if they haven't found anything yet, that might have gone over a little better than what ended up happening here.
Well, it's a little bit like Samsung. You know what, they're like, we don't know why they're catching
not
fire.
supposed to catch on fire.
We can't find the reason why these things are catching on fire. But guess what? They were catching fire.
Yeah.
If the early responses to the YouTube video are any indication, seems like the general consensus is that YouTube is treating its users like liars whose stuff is on fire and don't want to acknowledge that things aren't working quite the way they're supposed to.
That's probably not gonna go over so well with the YouTubers who've already been fairly vocal about the problem. So,
Probably not.
Yeah, expect even more vlogs and angry tweets about this subject over the next few weeks.
It's gonna be a real exciting time.
Fun!
What do you guys think of YouTube's official response to the unsubscription bug? Let us know in the comments.
For future updates and all the other shit you're imagining, you filthy motherfucking liars, please like this video and subscribe to the know.
How do you really feel, John? Thanks to Omaha Steaks for sponsoring this update.
The holidays are all about food and family, which is why Omaha Steaks will send you a family gift pack for $49.99. That's 77% off the regular price.
And it's a ton of stuff for it too. 2 filet mignons, 2 top sirloins, 2 boneless pork chops, 4 boneless chicken breasts, a package of meatballs, 4 kielbasa sausages, 4 Omaha Steaks burgers, 4 potatoes au gratin, 4 caramel apple tartlets, seasonings, plus maybe you've still got too much freezer space because they're gonna do an extra 4 kielbasa sausages for free.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
Maybe not a partridge.
Maybe. You don't know. That's a lot of food, $50 though. Just visit omahasteaks.com and use promo code THEKNOW, all one word, in the search bar to bring up the deal.
I did it. I highly recommend the caramel apple tartlets. They're good. Don't share them.